I want to share with everyone na ako po ay na-absorb ng client. Maybe I'll talk more about ayun nga sa a new company ko, new organization. Siguro sa mga next videos na lang yun. So, yun lang. Dito ko natatapusin dahil pawis na ako. Hi friends, Miles here and I'm back with another video, and as promised, sabi ko nga dun sa last video ko na ako ay mag-expound further dun sa nasabi ko na na-absorb nga ako ng client. So if you missed that part, then just go and watch my last video. Tsaka maglalagay siguro ako ng snippet in the front of the video. So my objective this time is to maybe share some insights kung ano yung mga ways para ma-absorb kayo ng client, bakit nagkakaroon nga ba ng mga absorption, why it's good, why it's bad, the pros, the cons, why is it happening in the first place, and more. So please continue watching if you'd like more about this topic. Before I start, please like, share, and subscribe. It would really help the channel out. And thank you sa mga nanood sa last upload natin. So there were a lot of comments congratulating me, and may mga nagtanong din about doon. So yeah, thank you so much. So, para simulan to, bakit nga ba nagkakaroon ng absorption? Usually, this happens when you are working for a contractor. So, you're literally lending your services para mag-serve sa mga clients. Then, let's say si client nagustuhan ka, then they will offer you to be part of their organization. Yun na siguro yung pinakamadaling explanation kung ano yung absorption. That's what happened to me. And in terms of the work that I do, it's actually the same. Kung ano yung ginagawa ko before nung nasa EY ako, yun din yung ginagawa ko sa bagong company ko. Yes, I resigned sa contractor kasi nga may offer sa akin yung client. I accepted it and nandito na nga tayo sa posisyon na to. Now, why would you want to get absorbed? Ito lang naman yung personal thoughts ko na tingin ko kaya ako nag-sign din to the client. Syempre unang-una dyan is yung mas mataas na salary. What happens is actually si client nagbibigay yan ng funds or budget to the contractor to get people for them. And when you get absorbed, you'll basically be directly paid by the client. Nawala lang yung middleman at doon ka na magre-report sa client mismo. Maraming expenses pag from a contractor ka nag-hire kasi andyan syempre yung mga resources like yung mga laptops, yung mga seating, yung mga allowances, yung infrastructure. So madami. And the client pays a really premium price for that. Given na rin yung effort na paghahanap ni contractor ng mga tao, pag-scan ng mga skilled people, factored in na yun sa budget or sa pera na binibigay ni client. Ayun nga, mas mataas yung salary pag na-absorb ka, and there's really no reason to be absorb or agree sa offer nila kung wala namang salary increase, diba? Next thing is isang tao ka na lang magre-report. When you're working for a contractor, you report for both. So, dun sa contractor side at saka dun sa client side, which can be a bit tedious, to be honest. Yung timesheets nyo, dalawa. Yung pagpapaalam nyo kunyari ng SL or VL, dalawa. Yung mga approvals ba? Pag nagka-issue, dalawa din yung sa sermon sa'yo. So, mababawasan yung mga things to do mo pag ikaw ay nasa client side na talaga. Those two, I think, are the major reasons why you would want to be absorbed. Pero, let's talk about the other side of the coin naman. Why would you not want to be absorbed? Unang-una, mawawala yung flexibility mo. Flexibility in a sense na kasi when you're working for a contractor, ang nature talaga ng job niya is pag merong mga clients na may need, lalapit sa kanila and magbibigay sila ng mga tao. The reason why I said mawawala yung flexibility mo is kasi pag kunyari, ayaw mo na dun sa company or sa project na wina-workan mo, wala ka ng option to roll off. Wala ka ng option na magpahanap sa lead mo na, pwede nyo ba ako hanapan ng ibang project kasi sawa na ako dito, ayoko na dito. Mawawala yung flexibility na yun. If directly hired ka na sa client at kung ayaw mo na, ang option mo lang talaga is mag-resign. Well, it still depends, Pwede ka rin namang makipag-discuss with your clients na, pwede mo ba ako ilipat ng team, yung ganyan. Pero kasi, when I talk about flexibility, yun yung sa project side or engagement. Yung, kunyari, gusto mo na lumipat ng completely ibang environment, yun yung mga usually nagre-request ng roll-off. Okay, so that's one. And the next reason is, of course, mas mataas yung expectation sa'yo. There's this pressure na mafe-feel mo talaga kahit, let's say, mabait yung client nyo. May pressure na mag-perform because they believe in you, they offered you na maging part nila, no? Pero matetense ka talaga nun kasi gusto mo syempre i-return yung favor, no? Sa paniniwala nila sa'yo. In terms of scope of work, syempre mas malaki yung ibibigay sa'yo kasi bakit nga naman nila ibibigay sa contractor yung ibang trabaho na dapat para sa kanila. In terms of knowledge, syempre dapat mas marunong ka, yun yung expectation sa'yo, dapat mas alam mo yung pasikot-sikot dun sa application nyo, no? Compared sa mga contractors. So, when you're in this situation, no, expect yung pressure. So, yun nga, no? Those two are the major reasons why you would not want to be absorbed. In this part, siguro share ko na kung paano ma-absorb or kung ano yung mga tips ko, paano. Isa lang yung dapat nyong mag-goal para ma-absorb kayo, which is magustuhan kayo ng client nyo. Yun lang, wala na iba. Yun lang yung dapat nyong i-goal. And how you do that is to be, number one, really be damn good at your job. Nagmamatter dito, syempre, yung feedbacks ng mga leads nyo. Let's say you're working as a contractor for a year. Magagather naman yun ng feedback, no, sa mga naka-work mo, from your leads, from your counterparts, from your business users. Magmamatter din dyan yung KPI or Key Performance Indicators nyo. Nami-meet nyo ba yung metrics or yung mga targets nyo ba ay na-hit or nag-i-exceed pa kayo? So, there are a lot of ways to measure, no, kung magaling ka ba talaga sa trabaho mo. Pero mostly, dun talaga sila nagbe-base. At sa number 2 na kailangan yung ensure is to build your relationship with the client. I've been working for contractors or consulting companies for a while na, no? And the usual setup is that pag hiningi ng client yung service nila is dinedeploy nila yung mga tao dun mismo sa client site. Meaning yung mga tao dun mag-office, dun mag-work para syempre may interaction yung mga tao. Hindi naman yan porke contractor ka, iba na dapat yung treatment sa'yo or hindi mo na sila kinakausap kasi tingin mo sila yung boss mo. That should not be the case, no? There should be interaction between you and the client. When you build that relationship, no, it will be a good indication na meron kayong chemistry, no? And that would give them the idea na, ay, baka magandang ka-work to. Baka siguro if we hire him or her, baka mas maging positive to para sa atin. Another thing is, of course, to show seniority and independence. The client would really want to see, no, na kaya mong mag-work mag-isa, hindi mo kailangan mag-rely always sa iba. Although there are instances na kailangan mo talagang kumontak ng iba or something for work, but they want to see that quality na kaya mong mag-drive ng conversations or magsunod sa proper escalation process. Yun yung type of qualities na hinahanap nila, no? Kaya naman nakaka-pressure nga, 'di ba, pag na-hire ka kasi yun yung ina-expect nila sa iyo. Obviously, napakaliit ng nung list na binigay ko, no, but there's a lot of reasons or factors that they consider para ma-absorb ka. Ultimately, nasa sayo pa rin naman yan, no, kung ibibigay mo 100% mo or you really want to be absorbed. Depende yan sa goal mo, kung intentional ba siya or kung kunyari, nagkataon lang na ang galing mo pala na gusto ng kanila. Ultimately, it will depend on you. Yun yung organic way na ma-hire ka ng client, no? Pero there are some instances na part talaga siya ng kontrata, no, between the contractor and the client na let's say after X months or X years, ma-absorb namin tong mga tao na to. There's a variety of ways, no, para mangyari to. Pero it all boils down kung gusto ka ba nila or hindi. Now, what if in-offeran ka ni client pero ayaw mo? What can you do? Of course, you have the option to reject the offer. Hindi ka naman nila pwedeng pilitin, no? Siyempre, ikaw pa rin naman yung may say. Nasa iyo yung power, no? Kung magpapa-absorb ka ba or hindi. I mean, you should take in consideration yung benefits na nakukuha mo. Mag-compute ka dyan kung ano-ano yung mga nakukuha mo sa contractor mo versus sa client. Paano yung working arrangement? Mas madami bang pasok sa office pag dito? Or dito, mas onti ba? The shifting, the allowances, at kung ano na pa, no? And I'm sure maintindihan naman nila yun pag ni-reject mo. So, yeah, just be nice about it. Tell them honestly what you think. Just communicate. At yun na. I hope I gave you guys some important information and valuable na lessons about this. Siguro pulse check lang din, no? Currently, na-mention ko kanina about pressure. I'm a bit pressured, no, na mag-perform and mag-deliver. But one thing's for sure, I'm really trying my best, no, para masuklian yung binigay nilang trust sa akin. I hope my experience gave you an insight sa mga nangyayari sa ibang side, no, or ibang front ng working in IT. So if by the end of the video may matutunan kayo about what I talk about, then I guess my goal is achieved. If you are watching this and meron kang experience about getting absorbed, or if you have any questions about it, just comment below. Pag-usapan natin yan. And again, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, wag me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.